What is going on, everyone? Now, I know it's been a long time since I made any content and I do apologise. However, I have been pretty busy, but I am back with something a little bit different, and that is Microsoft Flight Simulator. And why is that? So I used to play a lot of 2020, really enjoyed it. I even played flight sims before it. Obviously I do play DCS. However, I decided, you know what, I need to get back into it. I'm on 2024 now. And yeah, I really wanted to dive into relearning everything, getting back into the flow of things, as flying was something I actually did in real life when I was younger. I really enjoyed it, so you know, what a better time to get back into it. So as the first video back, I thought I'd stick to the same airframe that I used to fly, which is the A320-200 or the Neo. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this being my first flight, relearning everything and probably making a lot of mistakes along the way. If this is content that you are looking forward to seeing, if you enjoy my previous content, please feel free to hit that subscribe, thumbs up, even drop me a comment, let me know what I can do better, please. And yeah, it really does help, but thank you for tuning in. And that's about it, yeah, so simple flight today, Gatwick to Birmingham. Without further ado, let's dive in to the cockpit. Okay, so let's talk about a few things before I dive right into it. So I'm using a Dell Clip as my track, alright, and I'm still using my 3070 Ti as my graphics card. So I do apologise for any performance issues throughout the flight. That's just the way it is. I feel like 2020 did feel a lot smoother on this GPU. However, we'll get a new one eventually when I can. Right, so I'm going to just check everything. So I am using the Thrustmaster Airbus setup. So the control column looks good, rudders look good, check the engine, that looks good. We'll do 1 and 2, happy. I'm not going to flick the engines on. It is worth noting that I do not have the air brake or flap attachment for this, unfortunately. That is something that I would love to get because it would make landing and takeoff a lot easier. However, yeah, and I also have a Jeff in the cockpit. This is Jeff, my co-pilot. I'm not really sure what Jeff does, but yeah, I'll work it out as I go. I am using Beyond ATC as my ATC essentially. So I'm using and practicing a little bit of communication, getting all the good clearances, all that stuff. So prepping for VATSIM. It's been a long time since I played VATSIM, so I do not want to dive straight back into that, but eventually I will. I think that's about it for, yeah, what I'm using. So what I'm going to do is look at the EFB and start things moving. Really cool little panel system, this. So if I go to this, I can toggle the jetway, which is pretty awesome, he says. There we go. And we can start prepping for boarding our passengers. So like I said, the flight today is very simple. Gatwick to Birmingham, nothing long, nothing crazy. It's my first flight back and I do not want to make a huge mistake. I'm going to start trying to remember where some of the more important startup features are. So APU, I believe, is down here. Yeah, APU start and master switch. We've got the batteries, APU bleed, engine 1 bleed, pack 1, yeah, batteries, where you at, generator. Yeah, we've got all that good stuff. Fuel. Like I said, it's just getting sort of getting my head around all the key startup points. The autopilot I've got on the sort of central position here with the auto throttle, that's still the same. Obviously my gear, parking brake, yeah. I'm starting to remember a few things. So my frequency for comms, and then my squawk code or transponder input. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to do a full-on startup because I am not going through the checklist, and one thing I've noticed is in the checklist you can no longer do the auto checklist feature, even for key parts. Seatbelt sign and no smoking, yeah, cool. Obviously you can hear my cabin crew doing the job in the background, which is a really cool feature, but the next thing I need to start thinking about is the Beyond ATC. So 121955 And I've got to remember this. This is, like I say, it is tricky, you know. Trying to remember it after so long is not easy. Gatwick clearance, good day. Easy 19 requesting IFR clearance to Birmingham. Hopefully I got that right.
Easy 19er, Gatwick delivery, information Tango current, cleared to Birmingham Airport, via Lambourne, 1 Zulu departure, runway 08 right, climb via SID to 6,000 feet, squawk 0161.
Gatwick delivery, easy 19, Tango current, cleared to Birmingham Airport via Lima Alpha Mike 1 Zulu, departure runway 08 right, climb via Sierra India Delta to 6,000 feet, squawk is 0161. First up, I'm going to input the squawk code, so we'll clear that. Or is it 0161, I believe? Gatwick ground, good day, easy 19, requesting pushback and start. Alright, so yeah, we've got us into a decent position here, so let's see if I can remember the next part of this. Gatwick ground, good day, easy 19, requesting taxi to holding position. Something like that. Gatwick ground, easy 19, taxi to Point Juliet for 08 right departure.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic and cross check.
One, 2, 4, 230. 1, 2, 4, 230.
Hello, it's Roland. Let's the cabin secure for takeoff. Thank you.
Another EasyJet flight coming in. If you do like this EasyJet livery, I will leave a link in the description, by the way. Okay, I feel a bit weird getting this close to the runway for contacting tower, so I'm going to do it. Gatwick Tower, easy 19, requesting departure. Gatwick Tower, easy 19, hold short of runway 08. Okay, that's why I did that. Yeah. Gatwick Tower, 08 right, line up and wait. Try and get that centre line. Gatwick Tower, easy 19, line up on runway 0 right and wait. Gatwick Tower, easy 19er, cleared for takeoff. Gatwick Tower, easy 19, 08 right, cleared for takeoff. Okay. Alright, should be good. Everything's good. Let's apply a little bit of power and hope it all goes well. So between 120 and 150 knots in the Neo, I believe. From what I remember. Positive rotate, positive climb. Happy with that. Gear up. Gatwick delivery, roger, climb flight level 110. 6,000, which is, let's say one is flight level 110, which is 11,000. I've got any master warnings, so that's something. It could always be worse. I could have completely bodged that takeoff, which I don't think it was too bad. I know in the comments you're probably going to smash me for it, but considering that was my first takeoff in a long time, it wasn't bad. I'm currently at 20,000 feet, so flight level 200, which is, you know, fairly wild. So the descent part of this and the approach is going to be a little bit of a nightmare now. However, hopefully I don't continue to gain elevation, which I appear to be. I have no idea why. This is all the stuff that I need to, you know, try to remember. Speed selector, heading selector. How could it be that? Speed selector, we can put it up to 175. Happy. Okay, everything else, what we got here? Barometer reference. Yeah, so it's a little bit annoying not why we go into this altitude, and we're still climbing on the autopilot quite drastically. However, whilst I'm trying to work this out, what I'm going to do is give you a nice view of the aircraft. So, you know, we'll head into our sort of cruise side of things right now. Alright, whilst I'm trying to work this out so we can descend more efficiently, because being at this altitude and descending into Birmingham will be very, very fun. Okay, so I made a copy. Hopefully you enjoyed that nice cinematic footage. I have had a little bit of a stinker, just a minor one. I'm at 33,000 feet, so I do need to work out and try and remember how to properly set up the autopilot, because that is, I mean, Jeff, I'm not really too sure what we've done. We're clearly still climbing, so I'm not sure if we're trying to visit the moon or not, but yeah, the autopilot, I need to definitely double check. I even lowered it down to, by mistake really, a bit too far there, to 3,000 feet, the altitude selector. So I'm not too sure why the altitude selector's not kicked in. I thought it would have done, but I have clearly missed something. So we're going to take autopilot off. As you can see, I am on the EFB here. I am very close to Birmingham. So yeah, I need to get back on the net and start a descent pattern. So I'm probably just going to be doing circles to descend, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know. Live and learn. So I've sort of bodged the comms a little bit. I'm going to have to get them back down to a T before jumping on VATSIM. So this, like I say, it's very, very good practice. It's beyond ACC, really good system. What I'm going to do is do my approach in and test myself on my ability to land, as I'm not 100% sure on the flight controls. I've tried to contact Birmingham approach and they said that I haven't started my descent, when I actually have, obviously. So yeah, it's one of them. My routing looks a little bit interesting there. I'll get people who are yeah, using it. Oh, I have, and I'm coming in. To get that centre point, which I didn't do because I was too busy trying to get the comms sorted. Okay, we're a little bit over the touchdown zone here.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Well, I'm down. Not the cleanest of landings, as you can see the pretty serious having fun there. However, that is me down in Birmingham. Yeah, not the cleanest, a little bit of an FPS drop. However, not the worst landing, not the worst. Alright, a little bit too fast. Okay, so at this point, obviously, I would be requesting ground for taxi to gate. I do remember that bit. I've definitely wound up the aircraft a little bit here. And I've definitely worried some of my passengers there. So yeah, I definitely need to get used to the comm system on beyond ATC. I believe that because I haven't got the Birmingham mark or the Birmingham livery, that might have caused a few issues as well, because I'm not seeing any aircraft take off from here or come. Oh no, one has just come. But it might have caused a few issues potentially for my descent. Well, I'm not too sure. Let's talk about the landing a little bit. So I came in quite fast, a little bit too fast, a little bit too steep. I managed to correct it, but that would have been a little bit of a rough landing. I had to do full reverse thrust. So yeah, pretty harsh landing, but didn't crash. I've just probably you know, wound up the passengers, but they are all back in Birmingham, so it's fine. Okay, and I am still getting used to playing again. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. Like I say, I want to do a lot more stuff like this when I get used to playing a lot more, and I feel a little bit more awake as well. Having two little ones definitely 3 hours sleep. It's very hard making this content, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've got any pointers, please let me know. One of them being, how do I turn off the audio warning that I keep getting? You can hear it still. So I'm not 100% sure where that is. I cannot remember. I know I found it before, but I have no idea what to do with it now. And if you have any add-ons that I should definitely try or give a try, all that good stuff to help me prepare for that sim, because that is the next step after getting used to approach and all that sort of stuff. Well, approach, getting used to beyond ATC, just getting the comms back down. The flying side of it was a little bit rough. It is hard without the air brake and the flaps attachment to my Airbus, which I will endeavour to try and get. Obviously having that sort of ability to just get them without having a look down click would be yeah, much better. So maybe a set of rudder pedals as well. But yeah, really happy with that. I'm gonna wait for this fan to move, try and get to the gate. I suppose we can have around. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Like I say, really enjoyed flying again. Wasn't perfect, wasn't pretty, but got the job done, so I am more than happy with that. And again, like I said, I really enjoy it. I will be putting out some DCS videos that will probably come back to me a lot quicker than Flight Sim and the A320. However, yeah, keep a track out for them, and as always, if you do like this stuff, please subscribe. It really does help. Trying to build a good community, good group, and yeah, see where YouTube can take me. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you hopefully in the next video.